Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Now this question, the purpose of life, is almost the same question as asking what is the truth about life and what is the truth about happiness. When we get a bit older, some of the stuff that we were told when we were younger can turn out not to be so true. Generally we tend to be aiming towards happiness. We're told that this is achieved by having things like cars, money, status, a good job. And when we have those things, we often wonder, well, where's the accompanying happiness that I was promised? I turn to the Sikh Gurus and I ask, okay, so what is the point of life? We're human beings, so we've got a mind, a body and a soul. Guruji is saying that before we even talk about what the point of life is, we need to understand what is that soul. This soul is free of all the distinctions that we place upon ourselves. So it has no sex, it has no religion, it has no caste, it has no creed. Essentially it's free from all the things that we would ourselves say apply to us right now. The second truth about this soul that Guru Sahib is saying is that the soul comes through reincarnations. It's not the first time that we've been in a life. Now it could be an animal life or a plant life or human life even, but this is not the first time. And now I don't want to discuss reincarnation right now in depth, but I'll just say, and there's another video we'll do about this, but I'll just say this. The essential teachings of the idea of reincarnation is that this human life is actually very, very valuable. Manas janam dulamb hai. It's really hard to find it, let's put it this way. And you're very, very lucky to be born as a human being. It's a bit like walking around with a winning lottery ticket in your back pocket. And you think, well, I've got this winning lottery ticket here, but I'm not going to cash it in. Guru Sahib is saying, no, don't waste this life. It's really, really valuable. You're so lucky to have it. Let's make use of it. The other truth that they say, this soul is actually a part of God. Similar to what you might say a glass of water from the ocean. Yes, it's a glass of water and it's separate from the ocean, but really it's just water. Now imagine the water's come out of the ocean and now starts thinking, I'm a glass of water and that's all I am. And I've never been a part of any bigger ocean. That's not true, but it's deluded itself. And Guru Sahib saying this is the human condition. And let's just look at one simple shabad from Gurbani that explains that. We'll look at two actually, but the first one is one from Rehra Sahib, which is the evening prayer for all Sikhs. And this prayer will be done in every single Sikh temple across the world, and every Sikh is supposed to do it in their own time as well. And it's a very simple, straightforward explanation about the point of life. And it starts off in the middle of Rehra Sahib, and it's Asa Mahalla Panjwa Pai Parapat Manuk de Huriya Gobind Milan ki ehe teri bariya. Essentially what Guru is saying is that you've achieved this body of a human being, and this is your chance now. It's not just your chance, but it's your turn. It's your, in Punjabi they say your body. This is your opportunity and your chance to actually meet Waheguru or Gobind, this being that's made you, your creator. And really that's the point of life. And Guru is saying, other things are of no use to you really. In this life, the only thing that is going to be of use to you is to meet with the holy congregation, people who are holy and trying to get to that one, and with them meditate upon the Naam. And a Naam can mean many things, but just to simplify it, we'll just call it connect. So to connect to that divine, then put all your strength into doing this. Don't just give up and say, oh, it doesn't work. Put all your strength in this life to connecting to the divine and getting across this worldly water, so to speak, get across this ocean which separates you from your divine. Otherwise your life will be wasted. This beautiful janam you had, this beautiful life you had, it will go to waste. Another shabad that we can talk about, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji says, Nanak leen payo Gobind syon jo pani sang pani. The Nanak is merged back with the one, the creator, like water with water. What this tells us is that our aim in life is to merge back with our creator. And now on the one side people can say, well, it's beautiful, but there are some people who come up with a very strange point. I just want to address this point here. They say, oh, God is on some kind of power trip. Why should we worship this God? Why can't I just live my life the way I want to? And why do I have to worship this one creator? Well, the worship is actually the path, but the end result is the merging back. But just to address this point very specifically, this story is a story of love. It's not a story about worshipping the one, and that's a sad thing imposed upon you. The reality is that you are a soul who's separated from your one. And in this life, you may not realize you're separated, but once you connect to that beautiful one creator who made you, instantly your soul is going to fall in love. And it's going to fall into a love that's not a love that you didn't know before. You know that love. You intrinsically know that love because you've been there before. You've been in love with that one, but right now you're separated. So it's kind of like waking up from a dream where you thought you were something, but you're not. And now you realize, oh, I'm actually a part of this ocean. And the intense desire to go back home. Home is like an evocative thing. Anybody who is across the world and living in a separate place will understand this. Home is basically where you came from. And this is where you came from. In effect, your soul has come out from that one. Now it's deluded into thinking that it's no longer part of that one and that the one doesn't exist. Or maybe the one is there but I'm not meant to connect. Once it connects a little bit, it realizes the point of life is to merge. And it's in a state of distress almost at being separated. And once you go through that state of distress, it's called bairag, then you do everything you can to get back. What Guru is saying is, not only can I teach the truth about your life, but there's also a science to disconnecting that I can teach you. And we'll talk about this in one of the other talks about what is the science behind connection, how does one connect back to the divine, and what does Guru's wisdom teach us about that. But essentially, this is no longer a story about a person bowing down to the divine. It's a story of love. And this is the game of love that we're playing. And the game of love is played by getting rid of this sense of separation. And the sense of separation actually can be termed something else. It can be the sense of saying, me, me, me. I exist. When you don't exist, you're part of that one. So what Guru Sahib uses is this word called homme. This homme is your sense of separation from that one. The minute you break this homme down, by understanding how the world was made, by understanding how you were created and what was the purpose of your life, you'll no longer feel that you are the important part. The important part is that one from which you originated and that one that is inside you right now and the one that you can connect to. A quick point about this path, the Guru's wisdom, this path that the Sikhs are trying to walk. This is not just a path of the Sikh Gurus. There are 30 other people whose writings are inside the Guru Granth Sahib. They're concurring with everything Guru is saying. And that's why they're inside Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And we can take strength from the fact that this is basically a way of the truth. The two words that are used commonly to describe this is Sant Ka Marg, the road of the saints, or Sacha Marg, the true way. And this is what the Sikhs are trying to follow, you see, this beautiful path of the truth. And that's why we need a Guru, a Sat Guru, who's been there, who knows that and comes back and teaches us. And for the Sikhs, it's all inside the Shabad, the words, the teachings of the Gurus. Okay, so in summary, what Guruji is saying, when we ask Guruji, say, what's the point of life? Guru Sahib says, kid, you're here to connect to your creator, your true love. And that's what you want to get back to, and that's what you really came here to do. And for me, it just resonated with every part of me, and it made me feel that this was true. But the thing that really made it work is the experience of that connection happening. See, before that, it's just theory. Now we're talking right now is theory. Like I said, this is basic Sikhi, the basic theory. But the real step happens when you start connecting. And putting that theory into practice is basically why Guru came here. This theory did exist before Guru Sahib Ji, but the practices and the way that Guru gives you the technology to connect is really why we say wow to our Guru, because he's given us such an amazingly clear and simple way of connecting. If anything here has resonated with you, then Tan Guru for doing that, because this is really nothing to do with me. This is all his wisdom, and actually I'm trying to follow the same path as this. And so all we can do is pray to our Creator to give us the strength for us to listen and follow this path, same as hopefully I will and hopefully you will. And any mistakes I made, I beg your forgiveness. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.